up, you guys? It's Lexi DIY and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now, today we are going to be doing the third and final installment of the Hot Mess House kitchen renovation, and it turns out so good. So I'm really excited for you guys to see that. But before I hop into it, I just wanted to let everybody know I did take a break last week. I took a week off so that I could kind of get ahead. Things are moving really quickly here. As you guys know, we are moving soon, and there's so much that needs to get done in a really short amount of time. I'm actually not gonna be saying like the dates or anything that we're moving necessarily, just for like safety and security purposes. But I will be kind of bringing you guys along with us real time. So stay tuned, because we are going to be taking you guys to New Jersey with us for house hunting, and that will be coming very, very soon. Anyway, let's go ahead and hop into today's video. We are starting off by replacing this old light. Now, changing light fixtures is actually a little bit more simple than you'd think. As long as everything was wired correctly in the first place, it's usually just about 3 wires and mounting it. So we took this down and then we got a new light. I think it was from Home Depot, but I can't fully remember, and it was only about $50, and I went ahead and installed that. And we love this one because you can change the like temperature of the lighting, if that makes sense. So that looks so much better. Now, around these outlets were tile, so I needed to put these little standoffs behind the outlet screws to essentially make them sit flush with the tile, so that it didn't look like they were like sunken into the wall, if that makes sense. Only cost a few dollars to get this, and once I figured it out, it wasn't too difficult, and then I just put the faceplates on. We have 48 hours to open these, inspect them, and make sure they're good. They put the fridge in place, and they put the oven in place. Sorry, you could definitely hear Oliver drinking in his little tippy taps. Anyway, but we need an electrician to add an outlet for this particular microwave. And then the dishwasher, they were supposed to take it away, but I forgot to unhook it, and I didn't have time as soon as they got here to unhook it, so they didn't take that away and set the new one up. So let's go ahead and open these and inspect them, make sure they're good. Now, I am going to answer some questions I know I'm already going to get about these appliances. So I went with the Whirlpool ones because 1, they were affordable, and 2, they were in stock. Appliances right now, a lot of them are on back order with like shipping issues. So everything was kind of hard to get. Also, we went with them because Whirlpool is one of the very few companies that had a low profile microwave, which is this one right here. You can see it's a little bit shorter than like your average microwave, and basically it's because it's meant to fit where a range vent was normally, like in older homes. So I unboxed those, everything was fine with them, and then it was time to figure out how to uninstall a dishwasher and then reinstall a new one. So we turned off the water, and then we like unscrewed everything. We took off the kick plate, and this was actually a lot more simple than we thought. It was our first time doing it. And we had to kind of like mess around with the feet to get it to slide out of place. So I used my tiny arms to slide all the way back under it, and then we just pulled it out, and it was pretty gross in there, not gonna lie. We unhooked like the water hose and everything. We did make sure to give it a deep clean in there, and then it was time to try to install the new one. So pretty simple, definitely a 2-person job in my opinion, but we got everything hooked up and into place. Also, I think I'll probably get questions about this. So the little like foam padding on the outside is supposed to stay on your dishwasher, and essentially it's just another kind of like noise barrier so that it's not quite as loud. and that part was a little difficult to get in, but otherwise not too bad. We screwed it into place, and then I went ahead and attached the handle. Okay, now I had been waiting to do this. I was so excited. It really made such a huge difference. So I'm going back and I'm caulking the edges of all of the tile work that we just did. That includes to the countertop as well as, you know, at the top of the ceiling, at the edge of profiles. And this really finishes everything off and makes it look so much more seamless. Now, you do want to leave a gap at the bottom, so in case your house shifts at all, the tile won't crack. I got these larger plates because I did mess up the tile around the outlets. It was my first time doing like a backsplash like this, so I actually think it turned out pretty good. And initially, I wasn't going to tile up here, but it definitely needed it. It just looked very off. So I cut the tiniest little slivers of tile. I had to file them down. And I tiled up here. That really made the entire look it just looked so much more done and professional, if that makes sense. So really happy I did this, even though it was quite time consuming. And I also just used the muscle bound tile adhesive that I had used before. Once that tile was all up there, I did go ahead and grout it, and I had to use like my finger to push it in mostly, just because obviously like my grout float wasn't fitting in this tiny little space. And I'm wiping away the excess with my sponge, and it looks really, really good. Again, I'm going in with more caulking to make everything look more seamless and finished. So I did underneath the cabinets as well as by the countertops. Now, I like to use damp paper towels to wipe it away. Some people like to use a baby wipe. Some people just dampen their finger. I do like to dampen my finger and run it across at the end to give like a more professional, like seamless look, but I like to get the excess off first, if that makes sense. There's a lot of different ways that you can do it, but you definitely want to make sure that it doesn't look a hot, crazy mess and it's not everywhere, and that it looks just professional. It makes the biggest difference, even though it's such a small little detail. I did also caulk around the edges of the window frame where the tile met, and under the window frame I'm actually going to add this piece of trim that I just cut with my miter shears. Now, because I did these tiles vertically, and because of the height underneath the windowsill, it did look like it wasn't matching up with the pattern that I did. So to add this trim piece just really made the tile look like it was the way it was supposed to, and it made a huge difference. So I added it with some liquid nails, and I held it in place with just some painter's tape, and then I caulked the seam to make it just look very seamless. I went ahead and got some black hinges for the kitchen. There were these gold ones in there that I had just reused when I painted the cabinets, and I only got enough for the upper cabinets at first because I didn't count, but super easy. Just took the old ones off, screwed the new ones in. Super affordable, and I'll get into this a little more later because I'm going to show you me doing the rest of them. Now it was time to install the microwave. This was definitely the hardest part of this project, and I had to use these little like pieces of wood as kind of like shims because I tiled up a little bit too far and I needed the microwave to sit flush. So we drilled the holes using the template that the microwave gave us, and I didn't film the entire process of us doing this, honestly, because we were getting really frustrated and it took a long time. We were going to have a professional do this, but I couldn't look at it not up there anymore. We still need to get somebody to, like an electrician, to come in and put an additional outlet up there, which shouldn't be too difficult because there is an outlet directly under it for, and that's where our microwave will plug in. But essentially, we put in the little bracket and we put the microwave on it. Now, this was heavy. There was no doing this alone. Like, shout out to Dustin and his muscles for lifting this microwave. We kept having to adjust it because the template was a little off, like a little bent when we got it, but it was definitely worth it because it looks so much better, and it was very satisfying to peel off this plastic. So now I am just using this little template for the hardware that I'm going to be installing on the cabinets, and I got the template from Home Depot, but I'm gonna see if I can link one from Amazon, and I also got these pulls from Amazon. This was a lot easier than I anticipated. The drawers did come with a different template, so I was just measuring to see where the middle was to make sure everything was lined up. And I did have to mark the holes on the black cabinet with like a metallic marker, and I was having trouble finding one that would like fit in the little template holes, but I got it figured out. And essentially all you do is just mark the holes, drill them, and screw in the hardware from the back. It's really so simple. It goes really quick. And these were super, super affordable, I think, for all of the hardware, and I have some left over, and also I'm going to use it in our hallway bath renovation coming up. I think I spent like maybe like $30 or $40 on all of them. I will link them below, but really easy to do. And don't worry guys, I'm going to go and touch up these cabinets. The only thing with black cabinets is they really show everything. So keep that in mind if you're picking cabinet colors. And also, I definitely have like banged these up with tools. So this is not like a normal wear and tear where you see, you know, the dings on the cabinets. Just so that you guys know, we got a lot of craziness going on in this house. And I'm also changing out the hinges on the bottom cabinets as well. So I initially had just actually painted the bottom hinges. Now, originally, guys, this was just supposed to be a Band-Aid makeover, and that's why I didn't paint the inside of the cabinets. We were going to fully reconfigure this kitchen, but with having to move and not having time, it wasn't in the cards for us. Anyway, I'm finishing up everything here, and you guys are about to see the before and afters of this kitchen. And when I tell you, this is undoubtedly my favorite project. It's really come so far, and I literally cried like 10 minutes ago editing this video because I'm just so proud of it. So I really hope that you guys love it too. Here are the Hot Mess House kitchen before and afters. all the way to the end of today's video. You guys, I am in love with how the Hot Mess House kitchen turned out. I am just so obsessed with it. Let me know, drop me a comment and let me know what your favorite part of the makeover was. And if you have any questions, of course, let me know. I'm also gonna link everything that I can for you guys in the description box. But make sure, if you're not already, that you subscribe to my YouTube channel and ring that bell notification so that you don't miss any of the craziness that's gonna be going on over the next few months. Also, follow me on all my other social medias if you happen to have them. They'll be here on the screen and in the description box below. But that's it for me today, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!